Well, for the first time in 5 games at home, Arsenal finally get a point. Janusz Michallik has joined me for this one. Janusz 1-1 with Southampton. It was looking worrying for Arsenal when one of their former boys, Theo Walcott, put them behind at the Emirates. But in the end, Aubameyang breaking the goal drought. But let's look at the result overall, because Southampton have been quite in form. How happy will Arsenal be with this?
Well, they'll look at the silver linings, right? They'll look at the positives, because there's been so much negative about Arsenal for the right reasons. And we'll come back to that, because it has to be said, nothing's changed for Arsenal other than the fact that they, once again, with 10 men, this time didn't lose. And Alexis, look, we can talk about Arsenal, how big the club are. I think we know where they are, but Southampton were the favorites here. They were the better teams. The first half was an abomination. It really was. If you look at Arsenal, there's absolutely zero football being played. I didn't know what formation they played, really. I didn't know what identity they were looking for, what they had. But, in the end, when you go down to 10 men, during the game, I think, everybody was talking about character. And I was thinking, what character? I look at man for man at Southampton, right? And I looked at Arsenal. I'm thinking, there's really not much in there. And we've been there. We've done that. So the positive, though, is that they found something. So when you get into that training ground, you're going to be buzzing a little bit. You're going to be thinking, we didn't lose. But think about that. Think about that mindset. You're an Arsenal Football Club, and tomorrow there's going to be a little bit of a bounce for the right and for the wrong reasons, I suspect. So, look, not the end of the world. I do believe in Mikel Arteta. I think if he does get the time to get rid of the players that he needs to get rid of, I think he may be successful in rebuilding this Arsenal side, to not maybe what they once were, but that's going to take time, that's for sure. So I hope they give him time. He'll get it done. But once again, they're in 15th place. Nothing's changed, Alexis. They're still a very average team.
Well, like you said, that first half was definitely abysmal for Arsenal, which is probably why the players came out quite early for the second half, because what else is Mikel Arteta going to say at this point? One thing he can celebrate, though, is the fact that Aubameyang has finally broken this goal drought. The last time he scored at home in the Premier League was back in July against Watford, who have now obviously been relegated. It's crazy to think, that Aubameyang has been going through this drought, but mentally now, surely this has to be such a relief for him, and maybe could he be the light at the end of the tunnel for Arsenal?
You hope so, right? Because throughout the game, he really didn't do much. Again, it was a poor, there's so much talk about that maybe he needs service, and I think that's fair. But I think player like Aubameyang, who's been scoring consistently over the years, not just here in the Premier League, but in Bundesliga as well, sometimes you got to score by default. You got to create a goal for yourself, and we haven't seen that. And this one, once again, I mean, the youngster Saka driving through 3 or 4 players, bouncing around, and Ketia 1-2, finding him. It's a good finish, once that we've gotten used to from Aubameyang. But let's not forget, he signed a massive new contract. And, money doesn't score, but I think you expect a lot more from Aubameyang. So I do hope personally, and for him, that it'll turn for him, because I quite enjoy watching him play and score goals. He can be brilliant at it, but he has to do it by himself from time to time and carry the team.
All right, so same old problems then for Arsenal. That's probably not what they want to hear going into the new year. But a 1-1 draw, a bit of relief for them. Quickly, just want to definitely touch on Southampton, because, as I said, they have been in form. They could have gone top right now, but they're now in third so far on the table, still with some other games to go, but looking good.
Absolutely. And look, I mean, coming into the Emirates, here's a team that had a chance for a brief period, an hour or so, I guess, or maybe longer, who knows, to be at the top of the Premier League. This is a team that has identity. This is a team that has a manager in Ralph Hasenhuttl who clearly knows what he wants out of his team. This is a team that has stability. We've seen them without Danny Ings, and they continue to play well. He comes back into the lineup. Of course, Theo Walcott scoring a great goal and a good build-up against his former team as well. So I think, that's exactly the opposite of what Arsenal once were and where they want to be, because stability in the lineup, in the style of play is very important. And again, the indiscipline of Arsenal here, I don't want to forget that as well, because that's now 7 red cards in less than 12 months for Arsenal.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.